As I walked the NATCHEZ trace on October 13th, the trees seemed to close in around me like skeletal fingers. I've been hiking since dawn, the solitude a welcome escape from city life. The trail was empty, except for a faded sign warning of a recent murder just a mile ahead. I felt a shiver, but the sun was still high. My name is Emily, and I'm an experienced hiker. The forest was quiet, the only sound the crunch of leaves beneath my boots. I rounded a bend, and a dilapidated cabin came into view. The door was open, creaking in the gentle breeze. Something about it made my skin crawl. I approached cautiously, my heart beating faster. The creaking grew louder, and I stepped inside, calling out. There was no answer. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind me. This story is not over. Part 2 drops next. This is Part 2. If you missed what happened before, start from Part 1. Remember the cabin door that slammed shut behind me? I was trapped, surrounded by darkness. I fumbled for my flashlight, turning it on to reveal a dusty, abandoned space. The air was thick with the scent of decay. A figure was slumped in the corner, unmoving. I approached cautiously, my heart racing. As I drew closer, I saw it was a man, likely a hiker who'd taken shelter. He was cold to the touch, dead for hours. A backpack lay beside him, with a water bottle and a map. The map was marked with our exact location and a crude warning, don't leave. I felt a chill. Who wrote this? And why? Suddenly, I heard footsteps outside, heavy and deliberate. If you want to know what happens next, follow now. Part 3 is coming. Welcome back. If you remember where we left off, things were about to get much worse. The footsteps outside the cabin grew louder, more menacing. I knew I had to get out, but the door was stuck as if something was holding it in place. I pushed with all my might, but it wouldn't budge. The footsteps stopped right outside. I heard breathing, slow and labored. My flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. I was trapped. The dead man's backpack caught my eye again. Inside, I found a note with a single sentence. They're waiting for you outside. My mind racing, I realized I wasn't alone. The breathing grew louder, and I felt eyes on me. The flashlight died, plunging me into darkness. The creaking of the old cabin was the only sound, until a low whisper spoke my name. The story continues. Follow for Part 4. Before I continue, if you have not seen Part 3, go watch it now. Trust me, the whisper sent shivers down my spine. Emily. It was a voice I didn't recognize, low and raspy. I spun around, but the darkness was absolute. The whispers seemed to come from all directions. I fumbled for my phone, but there was no signal. The dead man's body seemed to loom over me, his presence more menacing in the darkness. The whisper spoke again. You shouldn't have come here. I knew I was in grave danger. The cabin creaked and groaned, as if it too was alive. I was paralyzed with fear, unable to move. The voice was getting closer, its breath cold against my skin. And then, everything went silent. The darkness was suffocating. I was waiting for the inevitable. Some say they're still out there. Follow if you want to hear what happened next.